Good afternoon and welcome to Boston Asian Radio and TV English Daily News Today. I am your host, Amanda. Here's a look at the top stories making headlines today. Boston wins federal grant to reduce unsheltered homelessness. City plans to reopen shuttered West Roxbury Education Complex. Formula One is opening its first U.S. racing arcade in Boston. House Republicans pass new asylum restrictions as Title 42 ends. Biden promises veto. Striking Writers Guild members to picket Boston University graduation ceremony, reports say. Boston wins federal grant to reduce unsheltered homelessness. Boston has secured a $16.5 million grant from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to reduce unsheltered homelessness. The funds will help over 350 individuals and families get housed or remain in housing through new units of permanent housing, housing vouchers, and support programs. The grant will be divided among several nonprofits and the Boston Housing Authority to support people who have been homeless. Elliott Community Human Services will receive around $6.3 million to house more than 100 people who have been living on the streets in high-risk areas. The organization plans to use the funds to create a new model of supportive housing that addresses tenants' behavioral health and medical concerns at a new level. Overall, over 60 communities across the United States won grants totaling $486 million to address homelessness. City plans to reopen shuttered West Roxbury Education Complex. The City of Boston is conducting a study for an $18 million renovation project of the vacant West Roxbury Education Complex, which has been closed since June 2019 due to significant deferred maintenance. The facility is being considered as a potential 7th through 12th grade school serving students from across the city. The project is part of Mayor Michelle Wu's agenda and the Green New Deal for Boston Public Schools, which aims to rebuild WRDC and other projects in the district. Wu cited the complex's new athletic fields, lab spaces, natural surroundings, and full-size pool as reasons for its potential use, calling the ample space a luxury for education in Boston. The study is included in the City of Boston's fiscal year 2024 capital budget. Formula One is opening its first U.S. racing arcade in Boston. F1 Arcade, a concept that offers a combination of sim racing equipment, food and drinks, is coming to Boston. The Boston Seaport location will be the first of several venues planned for the U.S. over the next 5 years, with more than 60 simulators, each equipped with motion and audio-visual effects designed for the venue. The space will also feature a large cocktail bar, chandeliers inspired by F1 circuits, and private rooms that can host up to 200 guests. The racing simulation platform will allow guests to compete in various modes, either individually, in teams, or as part of all venue racing formats, and will be available for all ages and abilities. The venue is set to open in early 2024. House Republicans pass new asylum restrictions as Title 42 ends. Biden promises veto. House Republicans passed a bill on Thursday aimed at building more wall on the U.S.-Mexico border and imposing new restrictions on asylum seekers in a direct counter to President Biden's policies. The bill has no chance of becoming law as Democrats, who have a slim hold on the Senate, have criticized the measures as cruel and anti-immigrant, and President Biden has already promised to veto it. The House GOP's vote came on the same day as the expiration of Title 42, which allowed border authorities to quickly return many migrants who crossed the border illegally. Republicans have blamed Biden for the increase in illegal immigration, and passing the bill will enable House GOP lawmakers to say they fulfilled their campaign promise to secure the border. However, it took months for Republicans to push the bill through the House amid public feuds between GOP lawmakers over the legislation. Striking Writers Guild members to picket Boston University graduation ceremony, reports say. Members of the Writers Guild of America plan to picket Boston University's graduation ceremony on May 21, where Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav is set to speak. VU had no intention to remove Zaslav despite the WGA's call to replace him. The Guild initiated a strike on May 2 after negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers broke down. The WGA claimed the AMPT was unwilling to grant significant increases in compensation, staffing requirements, duration of employment, streaming-based residuals, and the use of artificial intelligence to draft scripts. Meanwhile, Zaslav said he believed writers deserve to be fairly compensated, and Warner Bros. Has been fighting to get the greatest creatives to come work there. Stay tuned for more updates on Boston news as it develops.